Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, I'm obsessed with Frankie from Monster High, of course. So I decided to make another one of her, another Frankie to add to my collection. That's what I'm gonna be doing this video, yeah. My last doll that I made was more of a figurine type of thing, rather than a doll. This one is gonna be more of a doll, I guess, yeah. I just really wanted to make a Frankie. This is actually kind of in between project before my bigger project that I'm fucking terrified of. So let's just fucking start. Of course, before the blushing, I sprayed the body with a clear acrylic varnish. This one is from the Cosmos Lac. I think, yeah, Cosmos Lac. And I used to have white acrylic varnish or semi-clear white, which I struggled to use for obvious reasons. It was just too hard to use, so I finally decided to buy a clear one because my dumbass didn't buy a clear one. So this process was much easier and quicker than last time. I'm using a G2 Voltageous Hair budget line Frankie. Yeah. For this, since I already had her, originally she was supposed to be for my Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. But I was getting a new doll for Sally, another Frankie that this time will be articulated and will be much easier to work with, so I just used this one for a quick Frankie restyle, I guess, or custom Frankie. It was kind of a spontaneous idea because I didn't really plan it. I just, that same day I got the idea of making her and sketched her real quick and yeah, and started. And right now I'm, of course, first blushing the face, the features, and then I'm going into the sketching. Already at this point, I was really liking how her face was turning out, especially the eyes and the placement of the eyebrows. Thankfully, I didn't have to redo any of them. They just ended up looking really good from the start, which I'm really proud of. It is much better than my last custom face. so I already improved a little bit. Hell yeah. And the idea was for the makeup to be really dark, so smoky, dark, kind of almost matte. But yeah, I mean, it didn't really turn out that matte, but that's fine anyways, because I still really like her. And I wanted to incorporate a little bit of that yellow or orangey that she has in her hair. Her hair, of course, is more yellow, greenish, but just plain yellow on her face wouldn't look that good, so I just went for an in-between yellow orangey for the blush. And that's it. Her face is basically done. I sculpted both the top and the short/skirt. The skirt was a bit of a pain in the ass, but it wasn't that complicated, I guess. At first I was lost as to how the fuck to do the skirt, but then I saw a tutorial, like small tutorial from somebody, I don't know from who, some YouTube short where they just made the skirt flat like that, but more engraved the creases in rather than actually sculpted all the creases, which made it much easier. And yeah, her right shoe ended up being bigger or longer, but I already sculpted it. They looked good. I was too lazy to fix that or to even make the other one longer because again they looked good, and it wasn't one of those big ass projects that need to be perfect in my eyes. It was just a fun little project just to make a custom Frankie more of another practice before going into a bigger project. I was struggling a bit painting the small thin space between the body and the sculpt, which you'll see in a second. But I managed somehow. It was fucking annoying, but I did it. And I also had to scratch away the varnish from her legs because of how dirty they got, because I didn't use my gloves. It was just easier to not use gloves. They're kind of a bit uncomfortable. So I just had to scratch it away and spray it again and then blush again. But once it was fixed, it looked fine, not much better, because they were, I don't know if you could see it on camera, but they were really dirty before. And of course had to fix the stitches as well, which I used some metallic silver marker, but the marker was giving out on me. It was dying. It was really struggling, and I was struggling. But we moved past it to the point where now I cut off several strings of ribbons to make, well, you already see, to make some of the more details, the finishing touches. Although the bow I had to make from paper, which I colored black. And that's it, I guess. Yeah, here are the pictures. I do really love what I did with her and how she ended up. The belt was a bit of a struggle to find an accurate belt. I just ended up cutting away some of the piece from the belt that I found, and then used that. But overall, she is gorgeous. I love her. And now I have another Frankie to add to my Frankie shrine. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you like her. Like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And see you in the next one. Bye.